Global markets are tumbling today following the sweeping new tariffs announced by U.S. President Donald Trump. Here in Canada, the markets open at 7:30. We're watching that closely. So are investors, economists, and many other Canadians scrambling to figure out the impact after our country was essentially spared.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
So 25% tariffs on auto imports took effect at midnight. That affects Canada's industry. Trump also announced a blanket 10% tariff for most countries around the world. Many others like China, Japan, and Vietnam have been hit harder. Economists are calling it the biggest non-wartime tax increase in American history. Now, that Rose Garden tariff update is hitting Canada and the United States, though differently than many expected. Connor Hogg is following this story as it develops this morning. So, Connor, our country has not been hit with any more tariffs, but how could they still impact Alberta?
Well, Kent, Premier Danielle Smith says Alberta still needs to deal with the tariffs that were already in place. But because no new ones were added, she's calling this a win for us. Economists we spoke to disagree.
If I were the premier, I wouldn't be doing a victory lap at this point. It's not because of her success taking all of those American trips. I think there's the realization that regardless of Alberta's lobbying efforts, you can't live without Alberta crude and gas. And so I think that the carve out here was merely that realization.
Alberta is still reacting to the news that oil and gas exports won't be subject to tariffs. Experts say the impact these tariffs could have on the global economy could still end up hurting Alberta, even if our province isn't directly on Trump's list. Moshe Lander says the impact of yesterday's events could be felt for generations to come.
It's really a rejection of the North American Free Trade Agreement 1.0 or 2.0. And it's a reversion back to a world that exists in the interwar years and existed prior to World War I. So he's taken us back at least 80 years in terms of economic development.
Premier Danielle Smith says this is an opportunity for Canada to become more independent from the United States. And although there are no oil and gas tariffs at the moment, she says Canada still needs to fast-track national energy corridors. Kent?
Okay, Connor, thank you.